Hi, new to Pilates, wondering where to start, afraid of the fancy equipment, but you still want to get the great posture benefits, great strength benefits? These 5 exercises are where you need to begin.
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
I'm Lesley Logan, co-founder of OnlinePilatesClasses.com, and I've been doing Pilates since 2005 and teaching Pilates since 2008. And these exercises I'm going to show you, I give to every newbie that works with me. When people ask me for exercises they should be doing at home for homework, no matter the modality, these 5 exercises are quite universal. And the more you do them, the more muscles you bring to them, the stronger you get, the more advanced you get, the harder these beginner exercises get. So I'm really excited for you to grab a mat and join me for these 5 exercises. Before we get into the exercises, I think it's important to talk about what Pilates is and what makes it different. It's really good to be on the same page about what Pilates is. As it's rising in popularity, it's really easy for things to be changed along the journey. So Pilates was invented by Joseph Pilates. He also is known as Joe Pilates. He called it contrology. So really, when you think about that as a name, it's the art and study of controlling the body, controlling our movements, right? And so in his intentions, the way he wanted Pilates to be done was so that all muscles were worked evenly, nothing being overworked or underworked. He really believed in balancing your imbalances. So in Pilates, the more you do it, the more of your imbalances, the areas where a little more asymmetrical, are going to come and rise to the occasion and have more equality of strength and flexibility that will help you with your longevity. What makes it different from other modalities is that you actually do have to have a mind-body connection. You actually have to be focusing on what's moving from where, and while you're doing it, and your arms and legs don't move from where you think they do. In Pilates, your arms and legs actually move from what we call your center, and everything moves from there. So it's not yoga and that it's all about more stretches and holding poses for a long time. We don't do that in Pilates. It's not like weight training because we're not just doing concentric exercises or doing an arm day or a leg day. It's not meditation because we're not just sitting still trying to empty the body, empty the mind. We're actually focusing on how can we control our movements and our limbs from our center and get stronger with each and every rep, not stopping or pausing unless it's part of the rhythm of the exercise, and having a consistent movement that goes with our breath. If you want to nerd out more about Joe and the whole history of Joe, we actually have a great video for you about the real story about Joseph Pilates. So check it out. It's quite amazing. Let's get into the exercises. So the first 2 really kind of go hand in hand. One might seem more possible than the other. So the elbow slip is one of my favorite to give. It's also quite challenging, even if you think you're super athletic and very strong. What I love about it is it actually helps you understand the longest flexion of your spine, which is one of the spine shapes that we will talk about a lot in Pilates. And it requires you to use your legs, your inner thighs, your outer hips, and your center. And you'll find so many oblique muscles in there that have to come into it. So it's a great way for you to understand in Pilates that the whole body is coming to the exercise. And once that gets really good, then when you do the half roll back, you're actually going to get even more out of it. A lot of people will learn the half roll back first. It's a modification for the roll up, and they'll be like, this is so easy. And they're just like hinging at the hips. But when you have the strength and connections from the elbow slip, all of a sudden the half roll back becomes a real tough exercise. These 2 exercises were not given to us by Joe Pilates. They are exercises you kind of consider like a pre-Pilates. They're really helpful for understanding a shape, and they're really great replacements for exercises you can't do yet. So it's something I always call out. If you take any of our classes, you can replace anything you can't do with one of these 2, and it's really going to help deepen your core strength and help you get your whole body into your center. All right, third, I love rolling like a ball. There's a great story about John Steele when he was studying with Joe Pilates, and he was talking about his back hurt, and Joe made him do rolling like a ball, and he's like, I don't think this actually feels really good, but he kept doing it. And then he went on the trip, and Joe was like, just keep doing it. And the more days he did rolling like a ball, the more his back released. So is that the right thing for you to do? I don't know. I haven't seen you move, but I would encourage you to try rolling like a ball. What's really fun about it in the beginning, it's quite playful. It's kind of like being like a child. It's like doing almost like a somersault type of a thing. And then as you get stronger and you bring more of that elbow slip, more of that half roll back into it, you start to realize there's hamstring strength in here. There's outer hip strength in here. Of course, there's core strength. If your arms aren't connected to your back, you have nothing to balance on. So it really does teach you a lot of things that you'll need for other exercises in the Pilates system. But if you do want to eventually do those advanced exercises where you roll onto your shoulders and you do overhead stuff, rolling like a ball is the gateway exercise to all of that. And so it's a great exercise to replace those advanced exercises you can't do yet, as well as introduce yourself to a Pilates practice. All right, Swan Prep is one of my favorite to give people because I actually think we should be doing a lot of swans. Even though I teach Pilates, I'm still looking down at my computer, looking down at bodies on reformers and mats. And so Swan is a great thing no matter who you are to reverse the body, to pull you away from gravity, to strengthen. But most people, when they do the regular Swan exercise, tend to use their lower back. Now, I'm going to say when you do Swan Prep, you'll probably still want to use your lower back. You'll probably want to push your lower back into the mat to lift your head and chest up. I'm going to encourage you strongly, and you'll hear it in the video for Swan Prep if you decide to do it, how much you've got to use your legs, how much you need to put your pelvis in the right place, and how low the Swan Prep is. It's not about height. I don't want to see how high you can get. I want to see how long you can get. And when you really get Swan Prep in your body, then Swan Dive, single leg kick, double leg kick, the big back bend exercises are going to be so much more possible in your practice. But what I love about this exercise for beginners, and honestly my advanced practitioners too, is it really does teach you how the thoracic spine can have some slight extension and to really isolate and work that so we get the longest spine shape in our extension. Lastly, we have bridge. Bridge is a great exercise. If you do the shoulder bridge the way I've taught it in my tutorials, there's obviously a leg kick and you're like, oh my God, that's so big. What is she talking about? For now, you're just going to roll your hips up and lower your hips down. Why are you doing this? It is going to help prepare you for thigh stretch, which is an excellent exercise for beginner to intermediate clients. It's going to help you open up the front of your hips, help you strengthen your backside of your body. A lot of people think Pilates is about our core, about the front side of our body, but truly every exercise, you've heard me say it many times, is to connect these muscles in the back side of your body, your glutes, your hamstrings, your upper back. And so shoulder bridge is a great place to challenge the back of your legs, stretch the front of your hips, and to help you learn how to articulate that and use your body in a way that provides strength. It's very tempting to shove your lower back up. Now, once you know that you can get your hips up, your tailbone's chasing your knees, you have a lot of length from knees to the crown of the head. If you want to add the kicks in, go right ahead, but it's quite all right if you want to stick with where you're at and just work those hips up and work those hips down, ensuring that you're using both feet equally. As you're doing these, it's really important that you don't rush it. Of course, I would love for you to start to get one exercise into the next exercise. It'd be awesome if you could remember them so you weren't having to check back, but honestly, you're new. So it's better that you take breaks, you listen to your body. If something feels like it's overworking in one part of your body, it probably is. So you can put a question in the comments below. I answer them Sundays when I go live. If you're an OPC member, I can actually review you doing these exercises and give you feedback on your form, then give you potential exercises to be doing as well, or some different ones that might be better for you. But it's really important that you are actually exploring and noticing how it feels versus like trying to get perfect about it. And if you're really curious about other mistakes you want to make sure you avoid making, check out our video on mistakes you can avoid making as a beginner when you're going to a Pilates class. It's really helpful. It goes through a lot of different things you want to think about. How often should you be doing these exercises? Well, in a perfect world, I would love for you to be hitting them 3 to 4 times a week. The truth is, especially when you're new at something, we need to have more consistency, more cadence, so that it goes from taking maybe 10 minutes to review these exercises and do them to 5 minutes. And when it's under 5 minutes, then it's time to add in more exercises. And if you're looking for more exercises, we have this great video over here with more exercises and classes and resources for beginners. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope it was really helpful. I hope it got your mind thinking about some different ways you can add Pilates into your practice. It's okay to be a beginner. We were all beginners. In fact, it's really a lot of fun, the questions I get from newbies. So please leave in the comments below. And if you're interested in having a supported Pilates practice with great community and consistency, I would love for you to check out onlinepilatesclasses.com/YouTube. We have an amazing community, and we can also, again, like I said before, give you feedback on your form so you know that you're not doing these Pilates exercises alone or guessing. Have an amazing day.